Get ready with me while I talk about things that came to my mind after my friend got dentures. So, yesterday, a little backstory. I'm gonna get ready and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. Well, I'm gonna talk to you guys about it while I'm getting ready. So, yesterday, that's not the right side. Yesterday, my friend just had extractions and dentures, and she sent me a picture of her before and after. Her teeth before and then her teeth after. And I actually seen a post too that she had posted on TikTok, which made me super emotional because, I mean, she looks so beautiful now. So I kind of wanted to talk about, I'm thinning out my brows. What my immediate thoughts were and what I had immediately remembered about the beginning when I saw her teeth. This is like a tedious thing because you don't want to shave too much off and then you just ruin the whole thing. So anyways, give me a second. I'm going to do my brows real fast. Never used to do brows, but I started doing them and I can't go back now. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys are on TikTok, but have you noticed that you can't say anything on anybody's live without anymore without somebody getting all like butthurt? Like earlier I was on there and I had these people were singing and I had commented Whiskey Lullaby. Well, I think they had too many comments going through so they didn't see it. And I didn't exactly repeat it like that. I mean, I've seen where people were complaining, other TikTokers that I follow were complaining because somebody actually copied and pasted their comment like multiple different times and it was the same exact comment. Well, I didn't do it that way. I went on there and I rewrote it, but then I wrote please at the end. The idiot literally turned around and wrote on there, commented again, Kimberly Abbott, and you will be muted or something like that. And then somebody else wrote underneath there, they're like, she did not copy and paste it. He said that she was just simply making a request. And the person that had actually commented was their moderator. And so it was the fiance's page, it was the male's page, and then he used his fiance, which was the female, to moderate and write that. But then they had another moderator in there moderating, and like I felt like in that moment, I even wrote in there, I was like, you know what, it's okay. I was like, two people are too sensitive on here, and I got out of it. And I'm pretty sure I've been blocked because I didn't see their live again after that, or their live was taken down. I'm not really too sure. But like, I feel like that's a little excessive and a little too sensitive because I don't get that. This is the reason why I do not want to, I use only TikTok for like singing videos and things like that because people are way too sensitive. And then on the other hand, you've got rude and nasty people on there that say nasty and rude comments. So a lot of people are afraid to announce their denture journey on there because they're terrified somebody's going to judge them. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to announce my denture journey on there. I don't want somebody on there talking crap to me. You know, I'm really, really, really sensitive, and things hurt my feelings very easily. And I don't think I'd be able to handle that. No, I know I wouldn't be able to handle that. It's just nasty the way people are on TikTok. And, you know, look, TikTok started as an app called Musically. And I don't know what happened. I think somewhere along the line they had bought out Musically and then they renamed it TikTok. And then it was actually a children's app. Children would get on there and just sing and do their thing. Well, now it's turned into this adult, aggressive, abusive app, and you can't do nothing on it. You can't say nothing on it. If you use a certain music on it, they might ban you. I mean, it's just really sad. I mean, you go from a children's app to an abusive app, and to me, that's worse than Facebook. I hate Facebook because of the drama on it. But to me, TikTok is by far worse than TikTok. And I've noticed, like, a lot of people have gone back to YouTube, watching the shorts on YouTube, and watching the videos on YouTube, because you don't deal with that abuse over here. People are not as nasty over here, and they're not as, well, you know, they are, but at the same time, you have the ability to hide their comment from your page, so you can't even see them. Where, you know, you can still do that on TikTok. It's just, I don't feel like, I guess for me, I don't feel like YouTube is as abusive as TikTok. I feel like TikTok is a very abusive app. I mean, that could just be me, but that's just the way I feel about it. That's why I only get on there and make my music videos, and I'm done with the app. And some days I won't even get into it. Some days I just ignore it. My husband didn't use TikTok for, gosh, I want to say he said he stopped using it for like a month. So anyways, let's talk about my feelings that I remembered and I felt immediately after seeing my friend's teeth. Let me tell you the memories that brought back to me, seeing her dentures. Oh my gosh, the nostalgia. It ain't even nostalgia. Just the memories, it's just everything kept flooding back to me when she sent me that. And then she was talking to me constantly before it. So let's just get into all that. So when she had told me on Sunday that she was getting dentures, I was a little bit surprised because I had talked to her right after I got my dentures, and she said that her doctor won't give her dentures because he said there was nothing wrong with her teeth. So I was a little bit shocked when she told me she was getting dentures. And she was talking to me about it, and I just remember distinctly back before I had gotten my dentures, I could hardly sleep the night before. I was up till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Had to be up early in the morning for my appointment. And I just remember the day of my appointment, we went over and got me a breakfast sandwich, which was my meal before my appointment. And then I took the Valium that they had given me, and she told me she was getting Valium, and and nitric oxide. And I told her, I said, I left the dentist in pain. I said, hopefully you don't deal with the same situation I dealt with. I said, because I left the dentist in so much pain. I said, I was like, the numbness had worn off. She wouldn't give me any more numbing stuff. I said, she barely turned on. I wasted $180 on that nitric oxide, and I'll tell you why. Because she barely turned that on. Like, I more felt the calmness from the Valium than I felt anything from the nitric oxide. And I've had that stuff before. I had it when I went to an oral surgeon one time to have a tooth removed, and they gave me nitric oxide, so I know how much they're supposed to give you. Not to mention the fact that I didn't have any molars prior to going to her, so I know how many times they can stick you to numb you. And she told me that I had too much numbing stuff, which she only stuck me one time on each area. And when she turned on the nitric oxide, she turned it way down to the point where I didn't even really feel like it affected me any. I felt like I was feeling the Valium, not the nitric oxide. So I told her, I said, I pretty much wasted my money. So I told her that I pretty much wasted my money on the nitric oxide, and I told her that, hopefully they don't do the same thing to her, which she didn't go to the same dentist as me. I'm just saying in general, hopefully the places she went to didn't do the same thing to her. And she then told me that she was going in that morning for her impressions, which was odd to me because they had done my impressions before my appointment for my extractions, like a whole month before. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Her dentures look so good, though. They look so good. Hang on, just give me a second because I just messed up this wing. Whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. But anyways, I told her dentures look amazing though. And I just pretty much told her that that night before I didn't even feel that nervous. I told her it was not even the day of, like that morning I just took my Valium. I mean, yeah, I didn't sleep the night before because I was thinking too much about it, but it wasn't that I was scared or nothing like that. I was unusually calm. She was actually freaking out, which is understandable. Nobody likes the damn dentist. I used to put tape right there, and then I would have even wings. And I think I need to start doing that again because my wings never come out normal anymore. I always look like I didn't know what I was doing. Uh, and then the day of, I hadn't talked to her. I talked to her a little bit that morning, and then almost 4 o'clock rolls around, and I hadn't talked to her all day, so I finally reached out to her. I was like, hey, you know, because I knew her appointment was at noon. I was like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, well, she already got her dentures, and she was like, but she was driving at the moment, so I had to wait to get my pictures. And she was just talking to me about it and telling me how she felt, that she was still numb. And I told her, I said, good thing you're still numb. I said, at least you didn't have to go through what I did. Said I left the dentist in pain, which was true. I left the dentist's office in pain that day. I had literally stopped, the numbness had worn off on the last 2 teeth. And I raised my hand like she told me to do if I felt pain. And she told me just to hold on a minute, that I've already had too much and that she's almost done. And I felt her pull both of those teeth. And I'm just sitting there in that chair, like moving back and forth in so much pain. And my husband comes in there. They go and get my husband, and he comes in there. I'm just moving around in so much pain. And she was like, I was like, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And she was like, well, I think you've had too much, but I'll ask her when she comes in here. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. So immediately when we left there, I went straight from there to CVS Pharmacy in Martinsville, Indiana. We picked up my script for the antibiotics and for the pain meds. And I got home, popped me a Vicodin, and the pain started, not immediately, but slowly the pain started subsiding. And then eventually I didn't feel nothing no more. But like the night before, I had already stuck in the freezer the ice pack for my face thing. So I hurried up and put those inside the little face thing and stuck that on my face. And I immediately took out that damn gauze. It was so gross and slimy and ugh, no. Absolutely not. I did not keep that in my mouth. That came right out. But I've got a thing with textures, and that was not doing it for me. I was not about to keep that nasty, slimy thing in my gauze in my mouth. She kept hers in all night, she told me, but not me. Nope. But one thing she did say to me today, I'll go back, but one thing she said to me today, which made me think, she said she kept wiping the blood off her dentures. And I remember I was doing that too because I didn't want people to see when I was smiling all that blood draining down on my dentures. So I was constantly wiping the blood off my dentures. Constantly. That first day to 2 days, I was constantly wiping my dentures. she said, Dada, I remember so much seeing her smile and the blood draining down. I remember wiping that blood off. I remember being on that bike and then being able to smile and do things, but I also remember not being able to eat. I remember the pain that I felt when the Vicodin wore off. I remember being hungry constantly because what I was eating wasn't filling me up. I remember feeling a lot of regret, feeling like, should I have done this? Did I make a mistake? Because I was so hungry that I felt like I had made like a huge, huge mistake. And my husband, he kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then the worst part is I went camping that weekend after I got my dentures. So yeah, I didn't eat anything that entire weekend. I attempted to eat ice cream that Sunday. Friday night, I had eaten, I don't remember, I think it might have been ramen or something. And then that Saturday, that morning we left and went camping, and I didn't eat anything that entire day. I couldn't. I was drinking my water constantly that entire day, but I couldn't eat nothing because there was nothing I could eat. Nothing at all. We couldn't find nothing. And then the Sunday, when we left, I tried to eat ice cream. And then we were on the way home, and they got McDonald's. I obviously couldn't eat that. So I was searching for a Popeyes or something that had mashed potatoes, and I found a Popeyes. And I got their mashed potatoes. But if any of you guys have ever had Popeyes, Popeyes gravy is a little spicy. It's not spicy, it's just got a little zing to it, I guess you would say. Well, that was not feeling great. But I was so hungry, I didn't give a shit. And I love their biscuits. And I was so angry because I couldn't eat their biscuits. I bought a whole box of biscuits and I couldn't even eat them. I was like, oh yeah, I can just soak it up in that gravy. I think I got a cup of gravy or something like that. And I was like, I can just suck it up in the gravy. Nope. Nope. I could not. Whoops. Nope, I couldn't. Who is that? That's my mom. See, and then another thing, she was talking to me earlier about her adjustments. And I was telling her, I said, hopefully they do your adjustments and don't give you grief about it. Because in the beginning, I called, so the next day that was them scheduling an appointment to readjust them and to make sure they're fitting perfectly. Well, that day, I had to call them back. That was Tuesday, I had my appointment. Wednesday is when I had their appointment they scheduled. I had to call them back later on that afternoon. It was actually the dentist that answered. She scheduled me for 11 o'clock the next morning, which would have been Thursday. I come in, they did the adjustments on the things that I was complaining about. And then Friday, I felt more discomfort, and that was when I had the discomfort in the back of my mouth and the discomfort on the bottom in the same area on the back of my mouth. And that was when that young girl answered the phone. She was like, well, I need to talk to Ashid because you've already had 2 adjustments, I think at that time is what I had. And I was like, okay. Then Ashid come back and he was like, he was like, he told her, I didn't actually talk to Ashid. But Ashid was like, she's already had a couple adjustments and she needs to wait until her gums heal a bit. So that's when she scheduled me the following week. So I had to sit through that weekend with that pain. I had to sit that Monday, Tuesday, and then part of Wednesday in that pain until I went into the dentist's office. And it was just stupid. Like, I was having a hard time eating. I couldn't eat with my dentures. I couldn't swallow any soft foods. I was having to take my dentures out and eat like pudding or something like that. It was just dumb. And then after that appointment, I was able to maneuver around them. She didn't do exactly what I told her to do on the top. She did exactly what she partially did what I told her to do on the bottom. There's still like a lot left on the bottom that she left behind because she's a fucking dumbass. Excuse my language, I don't mean to cuss, but like talking about that lady in the dentist's office, it just kind of agitates me a lot. But I don't have a choice. I have to go back to them to get the soft reline and the fixings because nobody else will touch my dentures because they don't want to mess with something somebody else did. It opens them up for a lawsuit, apparently. And so, I didn't come back again until this recent incident where, hang on a minute, I'll take you guys with me. Sorry, we just got an apartment and we have to wait until it's cleaned up, and because the person just moved out over the weekend, I guess. So we have to wait for them to clean it up, and we don't know if we're going to be able to move in on the 1st. And she said if we can't move in by the 1st, we still have to pay the rent on the 1st, so it's just crazy. But the recent incident was I went in there, well, I called them, and it was the same shit. They were like, this time it was like, well, you guys, you've already had 3 adjustments. We only do 3 adjustments. And I was mad. I went off on them. I went off. I was like, look, you guys gave me this. I was like, and you guys are refusing to fix them because the sheet said you guys only do 3. I said, well, now you guys are opening up yourself to a lawsuit. I was like, because I can actually sue you guys in court because you gave me something that does not fit my mouth and I need it fixed, and you guys are refusing to fix it. At that point, they were wanting to get me in the office to fix it. But then when I went to the office that day for my appointment, he pulls me into a little room and chews my ass out over my husband's review. And apparently, now I had told you guys this on a couple other videos, but so anytime they get any type of review, good or bad, they read it the entire office. So after he chews my ass over my husband's review, which since then he has taken it down, after they chewed my ass over that, he sent me back out the lobby. I was only out there for maybe 2 minutes. Then she calls me back. Then she takes my denture, and literally it was literally shaped normal. I don't have a pen on me. So the normal denture almost looks like this, right? And that's the way mine looked. It was kind of like that. Went down like that. This side's still like that, but she shaved it like this. It's at an angle now. It doesn't, after that appointment, it was falling down a lot. It was suctioned up before that appointment. It just, I need the back shaved and a little bit right here. Well, no, the back was already shaved. I wanted more of the back shaved off, but she wouldn't do it. So I needed her to fix the pain I was having up here, and then the same area down here. Well, instead of fixing that area that was causing me pain, she shaved off half of my denture like this. It's literally like this. You can't even see that little skinny little lip you have there, little opening for your little skin right there. You can't see that no more. And it's literally, so this one's like this. It's literally down like that. And she never took care of the pain area I had over here. Where does she get pain area from here to here? Like, it's not exactly up on my cheekbone, right? I'm just angling where I was in pain. So how does she go from pain area over here and then shaves off half of it right here, right? And then down here, she didn't even, like, let's see if I can show you guys. Look at that. You see that right there? That's from my denture. Well, that's not. That's a bone spur coming out. But the other spot inside, like the skin, right here, right here, that's from my denture cutting in. And I already had that before. And I was complaining about that. And she said, oh, yeah, I can see your denture is cutting into your lip. Well, not my lip, but into your skin. What is that? That hurts, too. That really hurts really bad. What the hell is that? It's almost like there's still a tooth in there. Ow. Oh. I shouldn't have done that. That hurts really bad. So she didn't even take care of the pain spot on the bottom. She didn't take care of the pain spot on the top, but I mean, I can't actually show you that one because it's so far back, but yeah, it's still rubbing up there. And I don't even want to ask them for any more adjustments because it's at this point that I might as well just go online and find the stuff they use to adjust dentures and buy the shit myself and do it myself. At least I'll do it right and I won't shave off half some of these dentures. And I'm following a denture group on Facebook, and I read in the comments when I posted it about it, there was a girl in the comments that said that they do that. She said that it pisses her off because they do that more than what you know. She said it happens all the time. She said you piss the dentist off and then they turn around and go in there and shave half your fucking denture off and ruin your dentures. So, anyways, so I got way off topic. But so reading all of looking back now, you know, I remember being in her shoes and not being able to eat new things, starving half the time, surviving on water and what little bit of food I can get into my system. And I just remember hating them and regretting getting them. And I remember thinking, when are these gums going to heal? When am I going to be able to use that cushion grip? When am I going to be able to glue these in so I could actually eat? And I remember thinking, up until I put that cushion grip in there last week, I remember thinking I'm never going to be able to eat again. Never. I remember thinking, I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life. Never going to be able to eat. I'm going to end up looking like Jack Skeleton. Skinny as hell because I can't eat. And then I put the cushion grip in. And I can eat now. So I just know that if you're feeling all these feelings, like you're feeling defeat, feeling like you just can't do it, you regret doing it, you can't eat, you feel like, when am I gonna be able to chew again? When is all this gonna be over? Did I make a mistake? You're not alone. Just remember, you're not alone. We've all been through that. The beginning is the worst than the end. Just remember that even though you're going through all this right now, just remember that in time it will get better and you will be able to chew again. You will be able to talk correctly again. You will be able to do the things you were doing before. Right now, it's rough. It is. I mean, if you look, my gums are healed. And I'm 5 weeks out. Today, actually. 5 weeks out. So it gets better. I promise you. It gets so much better. Just give it some time. I know it feels like a long ways away now, but I promise you it gets better. It gets a lot better. Okay, so next thing. So I was scrolling through TikTok yesterday, and I was like, I'm just curious. I was like, I'm just curious. So I was scrolling through TikTok, and sorry, looking for some brushes. I'm gonna put some bronzer on. Oops. So I was scrolling through TikTok yesterday, and I came across, I think her name is Dentures Michelle on YouTube, but I think that's her name on TikTok too, but don't quote me on that. So anyways, I come across, I follow her on TikTok and YouTube, and she was talking about denture kits and denture box. Dent kits. No, I think it's called dent kits. And then denture box. So I looked up denture kits, and people talked about denture kits. And then I was just curious, I looked up denture box. So the one I liked more was denture box. So apparently, denture box does a scan. What is it called? Look up denture box. If you get the opportunity, look up denture box. Because I can't remember, I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I can't remember the specifics on denture box. But I quoted the price of denture box. So pretty much, they send you a mold. You take a molding of your gums. And then you send it back. And you actually get to choose your shade. Which I think if I do it again, I'm going to choose the same shade that I have now. I like the shade I have now. I might go a little whiter because I want them a little whiter because they kind of look a little, they have the hue of yellow. So I would kind of want them a little whiter, but I may not. I may just stay with the shade I have now. So then you send it back, and then they send you like a denture. It doesn't have any gum shade or not, like the whole thing is white, but it's the same material as your current denture. I think it's called, dang, I had it on the tip of my tongue and I don't remember the material they use on dentures. Anyways, it's the whole thing is the same material, but the whole thing is white. And you trial that. And then they do these video chats with you, and you tell them where you need the adjustments done. And so then they send you another set of dentures, but then the set of dentures they send you is the ones that they did the adjustment on. Then they do another video chat with you, and you tell them what else you need adjusted. So then they send you another set. This is what I've seen from TikTok. And that last set is your permanent set. And I think her name, I'm almost positive her name is Denter Michelle. Her set that she has now, you know how on our dentures we get from the doctor's office, we have all that extra plastic up there, the gum plastic? Hers has maybe the length of my fingernail. I'm like, girl, I want your dentures. Hands down, I'm saving the money. I'm gonna get me some dentures from Denture Box. Because I hate my bottoms. And hang on, my husband is blowing me up. Sorry, I was responding to him. I want to try to eat some moles. If you're not native from this area, I just recently experienced it before I got dentures. They're kind of better to me than Chipotle. But yeah, so I was asking him if I can get some moles. I don't really like to do things without talking to him first. I feel like we are married, we are a couple, and I feel like things we need we make joint decisions. We don't just go and do things without talking to each other. So I was just making sure, like, you know, not asking permission or nothing, just communicating as a married couple. Um, so, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, I am saving the money to get a denter box. Um, I will keep the set I have now, just so everybody's aware, but I am gonna save the money and do denter box. I am super excited. Um, it won't be this year. It will probably be next year by the time I get the box. But I will keep updating you guys and taking you guys along with my journey. But yeah, I'm doing denter box. Um, I will continue answering your questions and helping you guys along the way. But yeah, I think I'm moving forward and doing denter box. I think it's a very good decision for me. And for the kit for top and bottom, I think it's 1300, maybe 14, I don't remember, but it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it because everybody's dentures I see, they look so good. And I like the fact that her denter, I think it's dentures with Michelle, hers, the gum part right here, isn't so big like ours are. Like, it's literally the size of my pinky nail. Like, girl, I want that. I want that so bad. I hate the bulkiness and all of this right here. I don't care if I lose my top lip. My lips look so big anyways with my freaking dentures in. I didn't have that much lip before. So to me, it's like alien. Okay. Oh, yeah. I just can't wait. I've already got myself all excited for it. And those will be my permanent dentures by the time I get them because my gums will be healed. So I'm so stoked. Like, you don't even understand. I'm so stoked right now. Soaked. I meant stoked. Um, I never thought in a million years I'd get any other denters until I found that post, and I felt like I was meant to see that post. With all the struggles I've been dealing with these denters, I feel like I was meant to see that post. I've already saved, I went into my browser and I looked them up and then got out and clicked another page, a blank page, and so now I've already got it saved in my browser history. Now, I've told you guys this before. I do not want, you know what I forgot to do? I was talking so much I forgot to put mascara on my bottom lashes. I do not want Hollywood white dentures. That's just too much, I think, for me. But I do want them a shade, either I want the shade I have or a shade whiter. Um, but yeah, that's my next goal. Like I said, I never thought in a million years that I was going to get another set. I thought I was going to have to go to affordable dentures to get them. And now I've found a place that I can get them at home. In the comfort of my own home. Don't have to deal with some rude staff. Somebody telling me that they spent a lot of money and they worked hard on my dentures, and someone tell me I'm just a Medicaid patient, basically tell me I'm nothing. I don't mean nothing. I don't have to deal with that. You know, my friend was telling me that she received so much support from the affordable dentures that she went to in Franklin, Indiana. And I was damn near in tears because I went to that dentist's office over there in Trafalgar and they treated me like shit. Like, I almost regretted going over there. Eyes are watering right now. I don't know why. Why do I have a black hair on there? I'm running out of my stack of bronzer. Okay. So yeah, Denture Box is the name of it, and that's what I'm going to be going to what I'm going to be doing. I'm saving up the money, and I will be doing that. I may just do the bottoms because it actually is cheaper, and that's my complaint, but we'll see. It is cheaper to do, if I was wanting to do it now, it is cheaper for me to do them one at a time versus two, but I feel like they can get a better, I feel like if I save up, then they can get a better idea of placement versus if you do them one at a time, then they're having to make them one at a time, and maybe the shades won't match because they may not have the same shades as your other teeth. So maybe it's better for me just to do them all together and not do them one at a time. But I could do them all one at a time if I wanted to. Okay. I know what I do with my glasses. That is it. No, that's not it. I have to put my teeth in. And I need to go to Walmart to buy some boxes. Start packing some of this shit up. And I need to get my ass back there in my son's room, make sure he's packing up his clothes today. Dang. I don't want to do nothing though. You ever feel like you just don't want to do nothing, but you know you have to get up and do something? Yeah, that's me today. Here's my denter. I'm gonna glue these bitches in today, but I need to go wash them off because they've been sitting in that stuff all night long. Oops. And then I like to dump out my denter cup and wash it out because it's been sitting in cleaner all night long. So I like to have it clean, not nasty. That introduces things like mold and stuff like that into your denter's cup because you're not cleaning it out. At least that's what I think. That's my theory on it. It may not be true, but that's just my theory. Okay. Putting my denter down. I'm going to prop you guys up. Trying to find something to prop you guys up on. I'll just prop you guys up right here on my TV. So, what I like to do... Hold on. Turn on this light. So it's a little bit brighter in here. So what I like to do is get stupid phone. Get your fixative powder. This is what I like to use, any type of mouthwash you're choosing. Take the mouthwash. Don't overfill it like I always do, and then I have to dump it back in there. Put a little bit in the bottom like that. Oops. Don't do that. I have to clean my mess. Just take a little bit, enough to cover the bottom. So you can barely even see it in there. I don't want to tilt it anymore. There is okay, let's do this again. Pour. Wow, I need to get a hold of this. I don't know why every time I have a hard time with this. So I'm gonna do about that much. It's probably too much. Then I take my denture that's still cleaned off and wet, and then I'm gonna take this. Oops. For those of you that still are on week 2, you're gonna take your denture powder and you're only gonna sprinkle it on this part of your denture. But those of you that have made it past there, you already know. So what I do is I like to take this mouthwash because it makes me feel fresh and clean, and I like to pour it in the little grooves, make a little pool, and I like to take it and pour it over the cross of the roof of it just to make it a little wet. I'm going to set that down, kind of let some of it come off because that was too much in there. And then I'm going to take my powder and I'm going to squeeze it in there. I don't want to pick it up right now because I just filled it. I'm going to squeeze it all over, making sure I get it in all the crevices. This is what it should look like if you just got, whoops, I don't want to tilt it. So it should look like that all the way in there. And I'm going to use another piece of paper because that got all wet. Just use this receipt. Lay that on top of it so we're not getting the powder or whatever. And then you're going to take your bottom and do the exact same thing. Let me get something to lay down right here. My husband's sock will do it just fine. So I am going to take the bottom denture, pour that mouthwash in there. Oh, looks like I got some water in there. I don't want that. Pour it all. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pour it, make sure I'm going to get the back soaked. Then I'm going to do it again. So then I'm going to set that down, and then I'm going to again squeeze the powder. To the point that it's covered to my satisfaction. And then I just wait. until I feel like it's been sitting there long enough. I do have a cup I've been dumping powder in. This is the cup I use to dump the powder in because you do not want to get that down your sink, especially if you own your own home. Now I just wait. I'm gonna go get my headband. While I'm waiting, and it appears I need bobby pins as well. There you go. Okay, I think it's been long enough. So I'm going to take my denture in my cup, and I'm just going to lightly tap, shake off that powder. Make sure this is what it should look like. And then I'm going to pop it in. You can't see that slant because I've got cushion grip in. So I'll show you guys when I take my cushion grip off, and I show you guys how to do cushion grip the next time. You're going to take your thumb and push it on the top. And I do it like that because I want to make sure that it's stuck. Okay, now I'm going to take my bottom and do the exact same thing. Shake it, tap. Mine looks like that. I don't know, I think it's okay. Then I'm going to stick it in my bottom. And they're stuck. I got a little too much glue in there though. Something's going on right here today. You will salivate a lot. It's just what happens when putting powder. I'm still trying to figure out how to stop that, but it is what it is. And I'm just going to dump the rest of that back in there, which wasn't much. Put the lid back on. And I'm going to toss that in the trash. I'm going to keep holding that down. I gotta stop. I'm gonna make that get up there a little bit more. And I just get off my ass and start packing, but I don't want to. They're really snug in there. My lip keeps trying to... My lip tubes. See? That is powder. My lip keeps trying to go up and over there. Oh, I forgot the one main thing I needed to do with my makeup. Sorry, my video got cut off. I think I accidentally hit the button or something. But yeah, I have a whole nother issue. The denture is going all the way up here, which means I've got a lot of shrinkage and I have to have them shaved down again. I think I'm gonna see what I can do myself. I really don't want to take them back there. But we'll see what I do. But other than that, that's all I got today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.